Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Last night, Bitcoin completed the halving. Congrats, guys. I mean, I've been waiting for this, obviously, for the past 4 years, like every one of us. But, when I first started my crypto journey, I was 12 years old, and that was exactly 4 years ago. And I remember the halving that took place in 2020. It was like a huge thing, massive event. Bitcoin is breaking above $10,000, and then we rallied to all-time highs. What's super funny is that Bitcoin actually did this halving on 420. It's like, I think we're in a crazy simulation. I was talking to Michael Turpin yesterday on a yacht. It was crazy, actually. The Token 2049 conference, everything was crazy. I'll do a full debriefing after this weekend because I need to run to a polo event with like Solana co-founders and stuff. So that's going to be absolutely incredible. But Michael Turpin was saying that, look, Bitcoin topped out at 69K. In the first half of 2021, Bitcoin was pumping because there was increased adoption. Elon was buying Bitcoin. He was incorporating it into Tesla. And then I think he got a lot of pressure from the government. So he had to say, okay, we will pause Bitcoin and remove it until the sustainability issue is fixed. And then Bitcoin tops out at 69K. So I think there's a lot of manipulation going on from maybe Elon in particular, but who knows? I think we're just maybe perhaps in a simulation. But jokes aside, we had the halving. Bitcoin is reacting negatively to it, but I don't think it's the specific piece of information that is causing Bitcoin to dump. We spoke about Bitcoin going up to the 64.9K area. So Bitcoin following the bullish divergence on the 4-hourly time frame, we pumped exactly to that level, and now we're seeing a correction back down to 63.5K. But guys, keep in mind, the halving is an incredibly bullish event. We're reducing the amount of new Bitcoin mined per day by half. So there was 900 Bitcoin previously, now it's 450 Bitcoin. Now this is super important to know because technically it's becoming a more scarce asset. In fact, it is the hardest asset in the world, surpassing gold in terms of how hard it is to obtain gold. Per year, I think there is an inflation of 1.9% to 2.2% on gold's value, but Bitcoin is now seeing 0.8%. So technically, mathematically speaking, Bitcoin is a better asset in terms of a hedge against inflation. And if we look at when the next halving is going to take place for Bitcoin, well, that's going to be somewhere in 2028. And by that time, I'm going to be 20 years old. So hopefully by then, I'll still be doing YouTube and we'll still be covering what Bitcoin is doing and what Bitcoin is up to. But a quick history lesson, in 2012, Bitcoin was at $12. So on the first halving event, Bitcoin was trading at $12. Then in 2016, Bitcoin was at $650, already a huge increase in price. And then 2020, $8,800, and then 2024, $65K. So you can clearly see the trend. I mean, whenever we see a new Bitcoin halving, within that 4-year time frame, Bitcoin pumps astronomically. So I was speaking to Michael Turpin. He expects the markets to top out either in April or November next year. And he has a price target of 190K, plus or minus 40%. And I personally very much agree with that. I shared this on the Telegram community last night when we were having the halving. And I think this is very much possible that Bitcoin tops out somewhere near the $190,000. And that will either be on April or November next year. And that would be incredible. Actually, no, did he say that? Because, we're in 2024, so that could have been, no, that's going to be next year. So 2025, I think, will be the year where Bitcoin tops out the super cycle. He expects this current one to be a super cycle due to the mass adoption that we're seeing in Bitcoin maturing as an asset and crypto maturing as an asset class. And I do very much agree with him over there. But let's do some quick technical analysis. I do have a couple of news to share with you. Pretty interesting. And maybe I can get these Solana co-founders on the show. So let me know in the comment section. Do you want to know anything about Solana? I will try and do my best to ask them in just a couple of minutes. Now, on the daily time frame, Bitcoin is, we had the pennant forming. I readjusted the support level, so we have this bigger sort of bull flag, bullish pennant that's forming for Bitcoin. Of course, it's super important that Bitcoin reverses from here towards the upside. If we're not able to see that, then Bitcoin can crash. On the weekly time frame, however, this is a bullish hammer reversal candle. The only time that this will get confirmed is if the next week's candle starts trading above the close of this hammer candle. Until that confirmation, then we cannot expect Bitcoin to go higher. But if we see that confirmation, then 71.2K will be the level of resistance to watch out. The question will then be, can Bitcoin form a double top, or will Bitcoin go ahead and trade higher, reaching the $90,000 territories? But time will tell. I'm still in a long position. I'm not looking to open any new trades in particular. It's going to depend on how the current geopolitical situation evolves. We're still seeing a lot of terrible things going on, and that is impacting the stock market terribly. Gold is gaining value, and the value of the US dollar is also increasing. So we do need to be careful. Bitcoin is a risk-on asset, and in a time of potential, God forbid, war, then an escalation of current war, then Bitcoin would decrease. But I don't think Bitcoin will see a correction below 56 to 57K unless there's something that extreme happens. So do expect Bitcoin to potentially correct the following month, because historically speaking, Bitcoin tends to correct the following month after the halving. And at that point in time, I think that would probably be the final opportunities to be accumulating some Bitcoin. Now, if we go through some of the breaking news about what happened during the halving event, I wanted to live stream it, but I stayed up until 2 a.m. I refreshed the halving countdown, and the miners pushed the halving to 5 a.m. because they wanted to increase the amount of profits they're making. So it was already so late, I didn't get any sleep. And last night, by the way, I couldn't sleep at all because I slept in the office. The place where I live is completely flooded. So if I went back home, there would have been no way that I can go to any of these events. So I was sleeping in the office. There was like a club going on upstairs, so I couldn't sleep because of that. Cleaners came in twice. They turned on the lights. It was just a mess. It was so cold, but hey, it is what it is. If we can see here, somebody paid actually $700,000 to have their $0.97 transaction included in the final block before the Bitcoin halving, block 840,000. So they paid $700,000, oh my God, just to have their transaction as the last one. And we can see that the miners were getting paid incredible amounts going into the halving. Of course, they wanted to increase the amount of time before the halving took place. So from 3 a.m. to like 5 a.m. so they can make millions and millions more dollars worth in profit before the halving actually takes place. And if we look at this, the Bitcoin halving was completed at 12:09 a.m. UTC. On April 20th, Bitcoin miner via BTC produced the final block, triggering the automated protocol that cuts miner rewards by 50% from 6.25 BTC to 3.125 BTC per block. And that's incredible. We can see that the machine that mined the first ever Bitcoin halving block in 2012 was a $500 GPU that found 25 Bitcoin. So it's incredible. We've witnessed history, and I'm super happy to be a part of this. And hopefully in the many more years to come, I'll be seeing more and more Bitcoin halvings take place. Now, I want to talk about a particular altcoin that I'm super bullish on. So in Token 2049, the founder of Telegram actually did a conversation, and he talked about the Tom blockchain. I would definitely recommend watching the interview between Tucker Carlson and Pavel Durov, because he sounds like a genius, and he's very, very, very knowledgeable. And we can see that back in 2022, we can see that he was building the TON blockchain on Telegram, which 900 million active users access on a daily basis, right? So it's an incredible form of technology. It has a huge target audience, and they're using blockchain to form a bigger decentralized environment. And what was super shocking, I tested this myself, you can actually send USDT to, like, let's say you're on WhatsApp and you're texting and your friend needs some money. You can just send that via Telegram with 0 fees currently for USDT. And I think this is remarkable. So in the long term, maybe TON is a little bit overvalued at this current moment in time, but I think in the long term, TON blockchain will do super well. It was in fact one of our top picks on the altcoin portfolio with Mr. M, and it's up heavily ever since. So massive congrats if you were able to accumulate some before this incredible news came out. And finally, ladies and gents, I want to look at Cocoa, because Cocoa, oh my God, Cocoa is going to the moon. Like, what the hell is happening? It's like chocolate for all the chocolate lovers out there. It's getting expensive. I don't think our chocolate tastes and desires will be able to get fulfilled, because I'm not paying this much, however much that number is. I don't know if it's in cents or whatever, but it is just unbelievable. And I need to read this article, actually. It will explain us why Cocoa is going extremely high. And after I read this, I will let you guys know in the next video, probably tomorrow, right? So go to zerohedge.com if you want to read it ahead. and share your comments with me, then it would be super interesting to have this discussion on why Coco is going absolutely bonkers right now. And remember, the FOMC event will take place in 11 days and 7 hours, and that will probably be the next huge volatile event for Bitcoin. And we can see a reversal in trend for the Bitcoin spot ETFs. Finally, from a completely outflow week to now $59.7 million in profit. Not in profit, but net inflow. So that is another huge bullish sign for us. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that video. I need to run now. I literally need to run because I am not too late, but I am a little bit late and I don't want to miss this for the world. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to smash up the like button, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I will be seeing you all on the next video very shortly. So take care, everyone, and bye-bye.